Welcome to the SCLD podcast, where we talk about all the things you can do and find at the library.
Hello, I'm Erin Dodge, the Communications Specialist with Spokane County Library District. And today, my guest is Carly Hoffman. She is the Digital Services Manager here at SCLD, and we're here to talk about our new catalog that features all of our collection.
All of the collection, yes.
Let's get started for folks who don't know you or haven't seen you on the podcast before. Tell us a little bit about your role and then how this catalog came about.
Sure. So I'm basically the public services manager for digital services. So things related to the website, the catalog, the calendar, all of the fun software stuff
And all the digital libraries,
Yep.
all of those resources.
Yeah.
There's like 50 or 60 of them.
Yep. At least their representation on the website, if not more intimately involved in some of the things. But yes, making sure that we're providing the access for those resources and paying the bills.
Paying the bills for those resources.
Right.
And then the catalog, how did this new catalog kind of come about?
Well, we've had the catalog we were using for many years, and over time it just kind of got a little older looking, you know.
Well, I mean, technology has advanced. So.
It has. And so I started looking around at other options and tested the different software options out there, kicked the tires, and
did a little test driving.
I did a little test driving, and then this is the one that I thought would be the best fit for SCLD.
Okay. And now, what are some similarities to the old one? Like, for people who are used to searching on the old catalog, what can they expect that's going to be kind of similar here?
The similarities are obviously the search bar is pretty much in the same spot. You can still search by title, author, subject, all those keyword is the default, all those kinds of things. And you can also do a couple of searches that you couldn't do on the old catalog, so that's kind of fun. But for the most part, your searching experience, and then once you get into those search results, you can kind of narrow down and filter to what you're looking for in very similar ways to the old catalog.
And that filter section is kind of in the same place on the left side of your results, so it should feel fairly familiar, even though it's a little bit differently laid out. Yeah.
Yep. So hopefully it's something where people can just jump right into, start using, and feel fairly comfortable.
Okay, good. And then let's talk about some of the new or expanded features.
Sure.
And so we have the home page of the catalog up on our laptop here, and it looks quite different.
It does. There's lots of covers that are bright and beautiful, and
and all these buttons. What's going on with the buttons?
The buttons are they're custom made by us. So we decided to go with a recently added button, as well as things just for adults, kids, teens, and then we have some other features like different formats, DVDs, CDs, and there's even a collection
like the
spotlight.
smaller buttons. We get sort of into details.
Yep.
And I'm gonna click here and show. We have a button for digital collection.
Yep.
Movies and TV. Like, some people don't realize that all the DVDs that our collection has.
Yeah, lots of DVDs and
music, CDs.
We also have digital.
Oh, right.
Films and
Canopy.
Yep, TV, things
and
like
Hoopla.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's all in there too.
Awesome. And some of those sort of digital resources, they weren't able to be added to the old catalog, but they are to the new. Is that right?
Yeah. So we did add some of the, I guess, in library language, they're called records.
Okay.
So, yeah, we added those records.
Catalog records.
Yep.
Cool. So people can find them by searching through the catalog.
Yes.
Now.
Yep.
Very easily. Very cool. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, I wanted to talk about the way you see these sort of browse categories. There's a couple, like covers is the default where you see all the covers.
So if you hover over the cover, sometimes the covers are hard to read. So if you hover over it, it will show you the name of the item and the author. But yeah, there's also a grid view, so you can click that and it will show you the covers right next to the item.
Yeah. And then you can scroll down, and then there's a button to load more, I think. Yep. Cool. And then you mentioned Spotlight Collection. Let's look at that for a second. What's going on there? So what can we find here? Oh, that looks a little different.
So, yeah, these are lists of lists, basically. So, as the library, we can create our own lists of books. And so, our collection services librarians, there's 2 librarians, and one is creating adult lists, and the other one is creating a teen list and a kids list. And I create from the blog list.
Okay.
But it's basically somebody else gives me the books to create. I don't actually think of these things. Somebody else with more expertise on the subject matter does. But I just put the list together, and then it allows us to feature items that were in our blog on the catalog.
Very cool. All right. So now if I want to go back to the main I click on Browse at the top. And then I'm back at the beginning. And say I only wanted to look at large print.
Yes.
Okay, and then there's all the large print.
Yep, and if you click on any of those items, you'll get a little bit of information about it.
Okay. I'm going to click on one and see what it says. Okay.
You might not get a ton of information on these brand new ones because they're still on order, and we haven't done the complete cataloging yet.
Okay.
But
I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Let's see if we can find one that's not on order. Let's do one more load. Ooh, maybe Tom Clancy, is it here yet?
Yeah, see, there's a description, and it gives you all the different formats right there together, which is really convenient.
Cool.
Previously in the older catalog, you saw them in separate sections.
Each format was its own.
So now you can
record?
very quickly and easily see how many different formats we offer for that single title.
Great. And I'm going to quickly... Well, maybe not too quickly because I'm kind of at an angle. But I'm going to type in like Harry Potter just for example because everybody knows what Harry Potter is basically. And search that just to kind of see one that's not on order. And we can see kind of how that... Okay, so here's what we were talking about on the left where it says like narrow your results. That's like the filters. And then we've got Harry Potter has like basically looks like it has all the formats.
Yes.
And it's a book, it's an audio book, it's a digital book. It's you can get it on Kindle. You can get it in large print.
And you can also get it on DVD. And those ones will be a little bit separated just because it's not technically the same exact item. It is an adaptation of the book.
Okay.
So adaptations are separate.
I think translations too. So if it's in another language, that's
that's a separate
record.
record.
Cool. All right. And there's a lot of information here. This does look different than the old one, but like you said, you could see all the formats. So, for example, the book itself is on the shelf. It tells me right there it's on the shelf.
Yes.
So I could place a hold right now.
Yes.
And the audiobook that I would assume would be like the CD audiobook probably.
Yeah, it would say e-audiobook if it is electronic.
Okay. Which we might have that somewhere or not. Oh, I see e-audiobook right here, and that's checked out at Overdrive, but it's available on Hoopla. Oh, that's cool. So it tells you where you can get it like right now.
Yes.
Very cool. So talking about right now, I noticed at the top right here, we have an available now
Correct.
option.
Yeah, so that will include both physical and digital items that are available immediately.
Okay, and so that kind of just filters out all the ones that said they were checked out, and now we can see just what can I get now.
Yeah, if you're going to the library today and you want to make sure you get that book today, you can say right now.
Very cool. All right. What other things do you want to? Is there anything else you want to point out about the catalog that while we're here?
Additionally, at the top, because Harry Potter does have all those formats, you can limit it by different formats, just right there, very quickly and easily.
Little icons.
Yep,
so like
at the
book,
top.
ebook, audiobooks.
Music.
There's music?
So that would be, I'm guessing, soundtracks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. There's that's a couple e-music that's available right now. And again, we've had this filtered for now music and available now. So anything that's checked out is not going to show up.
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, and this is on the shelf. So this is a music CD that you can actually physically have in your hand and play on a CD player or on your computer if your computer reads CDs.
Yeah, if you can find one of those.
Yep. Technology, like we said, it kind of changes. Very cool. All right, so what about if I'm not finding what I'm looking for in the catalog? What can people do if they want to try to get an item that's not?
Well, if we just don't own it at all, you can use the Suggest an Item button at the top, and there's one at the bottom of the screen, too. So if you've scrolled through the whole list.
All right. So if we click that, and this takes us back to the main website.
Yep.
Suggest an item, and this is a form.
Yep. You fill out the form, and it goes directly to our Collection Services Department, and they take a look, and they buy a lot of items. So
yeah, and I know that sometimes if an item is really rare and they can't purchase it, sometimes they'll do that interlibrary loan. We have other libraries that we work with to exchange
all
items.
over the country.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, this is great, Carly. I think this new catalog is really pretty and really functional. And I'm going to see if I can go back to it here. And it looks like, I like all these buttons. You can just kind of look. If you don't know what you want to read, you don't have an author that you're into, or you don't have to read that book that someone told you. You can just sort of browse and check things out and see what pops up and interests you.
Or if you want a suggestion, we're still building them, and so more will come, but you can click on lists and get to see all of the lists that the librarians have created.
Let's click on that now. Let's see what we've got.
There's also New York Times lists if you're interested in what's really hot and popular
all across the country. Yep. Well, let's look at that really quick. There's 18. It says there's 18 lists.
And only items that we own. It's not the complete New York Times. It's just items that we actually have purchased for our collection, which
makes sense.
Pretty extensive. We own a lot of the things that are on
There's
the
a category called Advised How-To and Miscellaneous.
Yes, yes, there is.
I had no idea.
Yes.
Oh, great. So there's even, children's books and audio fiction.
And some young adult as well.
Graphic books and manga. Mm-hmm. I didn't know New York Times had this many bestseller lists.
They do.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Okay. So another place to go and browse and check things out and see what's hot.
Yep.
Across the whole country, or at least in New York.
Yes.
Well, this is awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Carly. I hope you at home really enjoy the new catalog, browsing, finding what you need. If for some reason it's tripping you up, you can always go to our website and book a librarian. That's a one-on-one appointment that you can make with our staff, and they will walk you through and show you the steps and get you used to how to use the catalog. And I think once you know, it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten really good reception so far. I've heard a lot of staff members tell me their customer that they've been working with have really enjoyed it.
Oh,
and
good.
We were at the Garden Expo the other day, and Gwendolyn told me that a lot of people came up and told her how much they like the new catalog.
Oh, that's great.
That made me feel like
that's great.
I think the hard work was worth it.
I'm sure. I think there's a gardening list somewhere on here too.
There is, I'm sure.
All right. Well, thank you, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.